As resentment against the controversial citizenship law grows, the situation on the ground remains tense due to continuous protest and police retaliation. Now let's first get you the latest from the national capital, where hundreds of protesters took to the streets of Old Delhi. Incidents of stone pelting have been reported in Old Delhi. Reports also suggest that protesters set vehicles on fire. Dramatic visuals emerged in which protesters were seen running. Police used water cannons on protesters. March towards India Gate was halted due to violence in some areas, and this comes hours after a massive rally took place at Delhi's Jama Masjid. Transportation has been affected as 16 metro stations across Delhi NCR have been closed, and now in a major step, central government has decided to accept suggestions from protesters on the controversial citizenship law. This comes as people from all across the country are protesting against the law. Earlier today, protests broke out in parts of Uttar Pradesh. Demonstrations took place in at least 7 districts of the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. Protests broke out after Friday prayers as thousands of people defied statewide prohibitory orders. Police officials lathi charged and used tear gas shells to disperse protesters who pelted stones and attempted to set vehicles on fire. Mobile internet remains suspended in several parts of Uttar Pradesh, and violence has been reported in 7 major districts of the state. Protests also broke out near the iconic Shah Minar in Hyderabad. Remember, protests took a violent turn on Thursday, as it was the first time when reports of casualties trickled in. 3 people have died so far, 2 in Mangaluru and 1 in Lucknow. In the western state of Gujarat, protesters attacked police vehicles at a highway. In response, the cops have filed FIRs against 3,022 people, of which 22 have been identified. Listen in to what Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad had to say about the countrywide unrest. The United States has now issued a security alert for its citizens living in India. People have been asked to keep a low profile and avoid areas with demonstrations and protests. Congress Party President Sonia Gandhi has accused the government of repressing and showing disregard for people's voices in the nationwide protests against the citizenship law. In a televised message, Sonia Gandhi has said that her party expresses deep anguish and concern over the repression unleashed by the BJP government against students, youth and citizens across the country.
Fellow citizens, the Indian National Congress expresses its deep anguish and concern over the brute repression unleashed by the BJP government against the students, youth, and citizens across the country. There have been spontaneous protests in the universities, IITs, IIMs, and other leading academic institutions throughout the country against the divisive agenda and anti-people policies of the BJP government. In a democracy, people have a right to raise their voice against wrong decisions and policies of the government and register their concerns. Equally, it is the duty of the government to listen to the citizens and address their concerns. The BJP government has shown utter disregard for people's voices and chosen to use brute force to suppress dissent. This is unacceptable in a democracy. The Congress Party condemns the actions of the BJP government and expresses its solidarity with the students and citizens of India in their just struggle. The Citizenship Amendment Act is discriminatory, and the proposed nationwide NRC will particularly hurt the poor and vulnerable. Like at the time of Notbandi, they will have to stand in line to prove their and their ancestors' citizenship. People's apprehensions are real and legitimate. The Congress Party assures the people of India that it is fully committed to stand up and defend their fundamental rights and uphold the foundational values of our Constitution. Jai Hind.